This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. Time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ready to get geeky with all of you. We have a hell of a crew with us tonight and a lot of great stories. Tons of stories. Piles of stories, if you will. We have, first of all, with us from the Big D of Dormont, Pennsylvania in Studio C. He is a gadget guru, a Big Bank International Esquire. He is the Chilla. John Chilla.
How's it going?
Hello, sir.
Hello from across the or down the tracks that are not operational.
The unoperational. Hold on, let me get this mouse off of your face here. There we go. Professional there. Yeah, I know. I get sad every time I see a PAT bus go by my window now. It's just like, that's not why I'm here. I want to see trains.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate into town. I think I may have to go in here in the next couple of days. I'm a little nervous.
Going in for the first time, huh? For a while.
Yeah, and it's just for a onesie twosie.
We'll talk in a moment, but I visited a client for I think the first time since the pandemic, perhaps. So, and it was fascinating. So as they're all kind of growing back into, I saw Dave Potter today actually. So hi Dave. So anyways, I always feel bad because I want to go visit him in his at his desk, but like they have to escort me, so I don't want to like take up the time of my escort. That sounds. Do not clip that independently. But also with us, also a gadget guy over at Big Bank International Esquire is Crazy Krause. Ron Krause is with us as well.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi.
So yeah, I've actually been in the office a whole bunch. I've been averaging about once every other week.
What?
So
what?
Yeah. Back in town. It's fun.
Is it? So I remember going downtown and I was like, oh, this is nice. There's nobody here. Is it still like kind of that low volume of people going around down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I got to tell you, before last week, I would have said, oh yeah, it's light. But my last bus ride, now I take the second bus of the day. So there's a 5:30, then a 6 o'clock. And my 6 o'clock bus last Wednesday had 20 people on it on the way into town.
Ooh, okay.
Which I was like, whoa, where did all these people come from? Because because usually it's been about 5, maybe 7.
Are you sure you all should be here right now?
Yeah, right.
What is this? Are we okay? All right. No, I think a lot of people just went through their comeback. So, you know, that's the thing. So, hey, Krause, we're getting a little bit of breath on you. Just a heads up there. So here and there. So we'll work with it. Adjust the headset. Adjust the headset.
Yeah, I'm a breather. I'm sorry.
He's a breather. I always say, because we do headsets for when we're doing live productions, and it's always like, hey, somebody's breathing. If you don't hear it, it's you. So. Please put your thing away. Thank you. But anyways, so this is the AwesomeCast. We talk geeky things, and you can check out everything at awesomecast.com, awesomecast at sorgatronmedia.com for any comments or opportunities you want to discuss with us at AwesomeCast. And we had some interesting opportunities come up in the last week in the podcast world. And some other worlds too. Also, we have great communities over on the Facebook group, over on the Discord, which you can link over at awesomecast.com, and over on the Reddit page for the AwesomeCast too. And I did know some people are pulling up saying the AwesomeCast like website may not work sometimes. I think there's a cache problem because we moved it from the WordPress to the Fireside page, and I think like it happens to me every once in a while too. So if you were a frequenter of the website, you may have to hit, I don't know, do a refresh, try a different browser, clear your cache. Because it's still kind of looking for the old page. It's not there anymore because I broke WordPress. But anyways, it's all there. I swear it's out. I swear it's out there on the internets. Please subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app, wherever that may be, so you don't miss the audio feed of this. And of course, you can check out the Sorgatron Master Feed, which includes this fishing on bait and some wrestling stuff, and whatever other oddball stuff that we might have every once in a while. And you can also drop in and see us live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the AwesomeCast Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Twitch is actually Sorgatron Media Twitch. And we are keeping an eye on the chat rooms for basically everything but Twitter at this point. Although I realize I have an extra phone here, so maybe I will pull up the Twitter to see if anybody's out there. And forgive us because I think it really, I don't think the chats stick around on Twitter. So if we don't see it right away, we're probably not going to see it because it's that whole Periscope-y looking thing. So we're going to give that a try there tonight since we do have the screens for it. And thank you to our audio partners, our friends sharing the show at postindustrial.com. Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast. We have a new Patreon supporter, and to my knowledge, maybe the first at this level, because I had to go check what this level was that they contributed at. Our perhaps first executive producer of the show, Brian Crawford, has joined the Patreon, has entered the chat. And thank you so much for putting in the show and supporting us. That means a whole lot, Brian. Thank you so much. And also, thank you, everybody who's been supporting us. And seriously, everybody I read on this, I think almost everybody on this list I've read for like at least 2 years. And many much longer for that. And even our dollar contributors, I know one of them is the longest contributor that we've ever had on this show, and thank you so much for sticking with us over all these times, and keep it with the show. It means a lot to know that people are still dedicated and putting a couple bucks into the show, especially these days. I should rename the dollar level the gas prices suck level, in case anybody needs to move. But anyways, thank you to our supporters, Matt at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John DeGore, John Carmen, Cynthia Klosky, Scott McTaggart, and Mike Pound, and the fan of the show level, Michael Fedor, Professor Buzzkill, and Dave Potter. And you guys can support the show too at patreon.com/awesomecast. I know I gotta get you guys. I know we recorded some stuff a couple episodes ago. I still need to pull it, and we'll throw some stuff out there for you as well. And definitely, I gotta see what we promised executive producers when I put that together like 5 years ago too. So I don't know. I think I give him a hug or something at that level. So let's get into our awesome things of the week. I'm gonna punt one of these down, so like not having a double awesome thing of the week here. But I did get to play with Universal Control last week. I did the thing, and man, I did update my production machine in order to do this, which could be a scary proposition, but I went for it. So I got my Mac Mini M1, I got my MacBook Pro Intel 2018, and I got my original OG iPad Pro there. And if you're on video, I threw this on TikTok and a few other platforms, but you see me following the mouse. I'm on, and I think this is the day or the day after that it came out, probably. And there's my mouse going from one screen to the other to the iPad, and it converts into an iPad-looking thing. You can do stuff. That's been so cool to do. I haven't had this seamless of a experience since a long time, and I haven't trusted something like Synergy for a while to do something like this. So it's pretty cool to see that happen. Even just, I don't usually have the laptop up, but just having I do always have the iPad, and I'll throw up like the indie wrestling feed, and I try to pull it up in case there's something I want to kind of tweet that happens to come up in the playlist, or just to make sure it's working, generally, and just kind of assess it. But that's a really cool thing that I think it's going to be helpful. Although I felt like, wasn't there something that you could drag an application from one screen to the other, and it would like do a takeover, like you'll drag notes or something, and it'll take it to the other device. I thought
it was more than just that. I think you could do text and you could do files.
Right. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. So like I shouldn't try to drag like a Finder window to like my MacBook or iPad. That's not what we're talking about here, right? It's more like pulling a file over or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a picture.
Okay.
Like you grab a picture from your Mac or iPad and drag it to the Mac or something like that. So
that seems like an extension, because I constantly use copy and paste amongst my Apple devices, right? Like I'll literally sit there and type something in just a random field on my computer just to copy and paste it over on my iPad or my phone. right? If it's something a little more extensive. I literally did that today. So this feels like, I mean, the mouse movement is kind of the advantage here, but I don't know if I understand full on, because I felt like there was a lot more they showed us when they demonstrated this thing.
I think this has kind of always been the Apple way of doing it, and it was, if you had the iPad next to your computer, you don't even need that external mouse, right? You can use the trackpad right on your Mac. I think if what you're talking about was Logitech Flow,
mm-hmm.
and Logitech Flow would copy files and text and certain things from one PC to another. I'll have to go look for it, but yeah, Logitech had a Flow application that let you drag and drop some content across computers. Now I feel like between like Dropbox, or if you're a Microsoft OneDrive, you can store your profile in the cloud, and it's like your entire desktop just moves with you, question free. So I feel like some things have taken that out of the need, but I do find the Apple solution really nice, and I'm very impressed with the iOS interaction of the mouse. It just seems to keep getting better, and it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what your thoughts of were navigating the iPad with the mouse, but it's not bad using the mouse and keyboard with the old iPad.
No, I actually bought a Bluetooth. I haven't used it terribly much. I bought a Bluetooth mouse to be able to do that with the iPad, and it seems like it would add more to it. I just haven't had the opportunity that I've needed to a whole lot, to be honest. This will change as some of my travel picks up here in the coming months. That's usually when I end up, having interesting workflows, let's say, when I'm on the road. So I can't say looking forward to it, but I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out with like this year's upgrades and everything. The Ponder's saying with the Mac, it should act like one device with drag and drop and mouse and keyboard support. So, and again, maybe it was the kind of application I was attempting to move, but I was not experiencing that. But also, I do wonder, I think it's an app called Magnet that snaps everything like Windows does, like to the corners. Like I'll pull a window over to the edge and it'll fill like a side of the page kind of thing. I wonder if that's blocking my ability to pull it off the screen.
I don't think you could, but you can't move. You can move a file, like you can drag a JPEG.
Okay.
Across. I don't think you can. You could plug the device in or use the AirPlay and like make it another monitor, but I don't think you can like drag the window on top of the iOS interface.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm using it. I'm not using it the way it was intended. So, but either way, even just the mouse control like already is a cool addition. With everything sitting there if you're sitting in that ecosystem. So I've been enjoying it. So that is, I guess if you have the most recent iPad OS and Mac OS, 15.4 on the iPad OS, and I don't know what we're up to on the Mac right now, but whatever that is as of this week. This does not carry over to your iPhone. This is more of an iPad thing than an iPhone thing. Although I don't think there's mouse support on an iPad or on iPhone, so I don't think that doesn't necessarily make sense. Although I mean, as big as our iPhones are now, why not? So actually, I get pissed that I can't turn. Like I hate that the home interface of the iPad of the phone doesn't turn. Right?
I thought it did if you had an S. It does if you have the Max.
I have a Max.
The bigger. Oh, I thought it.
No, and I feel like less apps take advantage of moving sideways when you're doing that. So if there is something where I am doing the sideways thing, full keyboard kind of thing, and I'll go to another app, and like Facebook never supports it unless you're in a video, and then the video just takes over. So it's been, I don't know, it's just one of those things that just doesn't get fully supported, and then it makes everything awkward. But I don't know.
The one thing that I miss, and I mean, I didn't use it much when it was around, and I don't know if they still do it. So if you ever used like VMware for like a virtual machine, imagine like remote desktop, right? But imagine your computer.
Okay, that I'm familiar with.
So imagine a remote desktop. VMware had it where you could connect your phone to your iPad and then use the phone as a giant trackpad.
I remember something like that. I remember those kinds of things. I think there's been a couple things that would do that or meant to do that or something like that, right? So I don't know. I don't know. It's a step forward and it's delivered, and I don't know. It's a nice little addition if you're in that Mac ecosystem. So
Although I gotta say it, I can't stand trackpads.
really, I love it. Well, at least
I'm a mouse guy.
I hate Windows ones. Anytime I have a laptop, I'm just like, get this.
Oh, look, I even have one of these weird things.
Oh, Magic Mouse. Oh, don't get me started on that thing. That came with one of my work iMacs, and I was like, oh, I can't do this thing. It's just ridiculous. No, most of the time, and maybe it's just I kind of get secondhand laptops that aren't like the highest end, but like most of the time it's just I can't even use the MacBook Pro trackpad on the Windows boot. It just doesn't work well, and I've screwed up in live productions because of using it, and had to get a mouse.
I feel like Microsoft never went to the depths of all of the gestures and feature functionality that you get on the Mac side of the trackpad.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that was primarily also because they never their trackpads are always tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I see it especially even on Windows devices today. I feel like the Mac trackpad just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and like it's 50%. I feel like it's 50% of the depth of the laptop,
Mm-hmm.
which just gives you more and more space to do more and more. Whereas like Microsoft, even on their Surface devices, increased it a little, but it's still not to the full size. Like it's to me, it's still even half the size. And hold on one second. I'm gonna
See, I like this.
Was it what?
Oh, you like the J mouse.
You like the nubbin. You like the nubbin in the middle of the laptop.
I'm old school. I love that.
I just haven't had a lot of opportunity with that, to be honest.
Oh,
so.
see, that's corporate world, forever,
But like I've been living on IBM ThinkPads for the last 30 years.
Do you have the keyboard? Do you have the keyboard that has the J mouse?
Oh,
they make them.
Yeah, I know they do. That would be great, but I'm a mouse guy. I buy these mice. These are cheap. These are from Amazon. They're like $14.
Yeah. Hey, my brother Matt is in the chat room. Lord Sorg on Twitch. And did we talk about this? Was that Samsung Dex you were talking about earlier, Chilla?
Samsung Dex was one of them. Samsung Dex was where you could turn your Samsung device into
the trackpad. Yeah.
It could turn it into like a full-blown
computer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere I have a Dex dock and I have a Dex.
So apparently I didn't realize that he's used this, but I guess he's had Android Samsung phones for a while now. So I just love because you're always the one that invoked Samsung Dex, and now he's dropping in the chat room. So now I feel like you guys are like kind of kindred spirits on this show. So
I think my monitor, I have a Samsung. I don't know what they call it. It's like a hybrid monitor. It's meant for like work and play.
Oh geez.
And it has like Knox built in, and it actually has an app that you can actually launch Office 365. You can Bluetooth connect a keyboard and mouse to the screen and use it
just to the monitor.
Just to the monitor.
Nice.
Yeah. So it also acts like a dock. It only has like 2 USB ports, but you can USB-C connect a laptop and it'll charge it. But then it also has like Apple TV and.
So I feel like we've gone 20 minutes in the show and only talking about universal control. So I want to move on a little bit here. First, Chilla, let's get you. What's your awesome thing of the week?
Mine's going to probably be easy and quick, but
perfect.
So if you have a repetitive task that you need to do, and this is PC only.
The opposite of everything we just talked about.
Yes. It's called Tiny Task.
Mm-hmm.
And it will actually let you record your mouse movements, your mouse clicks, your keystrokes. It lets you pretty much record everything.
This is not fancy.
It is super not fancy, but it is
Very
like
utilitarian.
but it's like the application install size is 35K.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you can fit it on a
It
floppy.
is, you can put it on. It will fit. You could fit it on like an old floppy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 35K. You can adjust the playback speed of the recording, and then you can also, if you record something, you can have it play back so many times. You can speed it up, slow it down. You can play it back indefinitely. Super cool if you have a lot. I actually found it because of Roblox, but if you have a game where the game is seriously just clicking,
mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is click the mouse button, it works for that. If you want to, you can kind of set it up, and I think there's I know you can use a task scheduler, but I mean, if you have something that you want your PC to do and it's always the same click or always the same keystrokes, super helpful. I thought it was pretty cool. And they keep updating it. It's been around since Windows XP.
Nice.
But it's I mean, even the latest update is January 20th of 2022. So they're keeping it alive.
I love it. I can't remember last time I've seen like a little tool like that. That wasn't sketchy. So
this seems. I did a numerous like lookups on this, and it's legit. It's not a virus. It's not opening up a hole on your machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I think, a couple guys in their basement.
Nice. All right. So go check it out. That's over at, what was that address again?
tinytask.com.
There you go. tinytask.com.
Couple guys in their basement. That would be us, Chilla.
Right.
But they don't charge for it, so it's free.
Krause, what is your awesome thing of the week / plug?
Yeah. So I'm using this as a plug, but
no problem.
I started volunteering at a newly created makerspace.
Nice.
So Focus on Renewal. It's a local organization here. It's in Stone McKees Rocks. They got a grant and got some. And see, I told you. Now, look, that it's not on the page.
Don't worry about it. We're just showing off the stuff right now.
So yeah, but for Focus on Renewal. They got a grant to create a makerspace. So we're looking for kids 12 and older from pretty much anywhere. You know, it does say Stowe Rocks residents, but from what I understand, the grant will allow, anybody basically. We're doing it on Tuesday nights, and then we're also doing Wednesday as it's just an open time. The guy who's leading it, Brad, is there for another reason, and he's allowing people to use the space. But they also got, along with 2 3D printers, we got one of those laser cutters.
Nice.
And we don't have the exhaust system set up yet for the laser printer, the laser cutter yet, so we haven't started that. Dude. But if you got any kids or young adults who have an interest in this, it's great to see with these kids. We're using a software program, which it still amazes me what you can do out of a web browser.
Mm-hmm.
It's called it's a CAD software. Tinker CAD, and it's just amazing what you can make out of this. And we're printing things from Thingiverse, and it's very interesting, and I'm learning too. I have about that much knowledge with 3D printers, so I'm just kind of there as a helper. Like tonight we were troubleshooting some Mac problems and things like that. So,
what's a big learning experience for you too? That's great.
Oh yeah.
So
and it's great, and it's really interesting.
This is a big thing, is that access, right? Because we just talked about Creation Labs. It's out in Mount Lebanon, right? We've had things like this over, and then they started in Allentown out of Work Hard. And then there was, I don't think the tech shop I think is out. They used to be in West Liberty. So we've had like things over in that neck of the woods, this neck of the woods. It's good to see, like, because I know, Stowe Rocks is kind of a not well-to-do neighborhood. So I visited the school and helped work with Public Source and some stories over there. So I know a little bit of the situation there, but that this is dropping in there and is accessible to people in that neighborhood is fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
Because this is the future. This is the future, and somebody is going to be able to take advantage of this and change their life. To be quite honest, to have access to something like this and figure out, oh, this is a thing that we can do, and then go down that path, whatever that is for them. Hopefully, in a career, or even if it's a tinker thing, it's still a creative tinker.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if it's just for fun, I just think I think it was a really neat opportunity, and I'm excited to help out with it. I was glad I could come on here, and who knows, maybe somebody will see this.
Hey, keep telling people about it. This reminds me of something I need to grab from the back room again.
Okay.
I was going to leave it on you.
It's interesting, Krause, because I was actually talking to a company today, and we were talking about some of their equipment they have. It's an AV company, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't." The company, while they support and make the control panel, it's like a digital control panel. They still support it. They still keep it updated, but it can hang on a wall or it can go on a table. They're like, but they don't sell the 45-degree tilt dock for the thing anymore. They're like, but we know a guy with a 3D printer and that he can print us as many. Print you as many as you need. So, I mean, the tech is cool, and it says ages 12 and up. So I guess I can come join.
Yeah, you could come join.
Speaking of 3D printing, we talked about these a few weeks ago, and mine came in. See what that is? I know you don't on audio. We talked about the buses that were 3D printed that had a level in them, because our buses in Pittsburgh tend to go like this. Right? Yeah. This is a project from, because I'm out of town, and Missy's like, why did you get a package from Jefferson Hills High School? So this is the TJ 3D Club. It is if I recall, and my order was fulfilled by Cameron. So I got one of these little cards. It has their social media on it. So if you want to go to TJ3D1 on Twitter, or TJ3D Club on Facebook, or TJ3DClub.com, you can buy your bus. They should be still on there. But yeah, this is a 3D printing and I believe business club that they have there.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. So I think they're just attempting to build products, and this is a nice simple thing. It's got the wheels. The wheels are connected axles, right? And they move.
Oh wow.
So and it's got a level in there. It's pretty fantastic. It's a really good build. It says Berg across the top of the bus and everything. So I think it's a really cool thing. I think it was $10 for this thing. So I think I might have included shipping. I don't know. Just want to throw that out there, since we were talking about 3D printing and maker spaces, and especially like students being involved in something. This is great. This is fantastic. I would love having access to something like this at that age, right? Just like having access to a media class in the later years of high school changed my life, profoundly, in the direction I was going on things, right? This is going to do the same thing for many students out there, and as they build things. So, excellent. So, hey, you know who's also some great builders and friends of the show? Our good friends Building Pizzas down the road at Slice on Broadway. You like that transition, Krause? New York City, you got the thumbs up. New York City style, yins are made. Beachview, Carnegie, East End, the North Hills. Our good friends supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Go check them out if you are in the area. It's on Grubhub and DoorDash and all that kind of stuff. If you're just a little bit outside the general delivery zone, they will get you. they'll get you with the pizza there. So check them out, sliceonbroadway.com. Hey, I want to throw another awesome plug out. We just dropped part 2 of the Fishing Without Bait interview with Katie, the Dudders. So it talks a little bit more about, kind of an update about our cancer journey and everything like that. It's really good. It's very heartwarming. So check it out. It's Fishing Without Bait, I believe 229 and 230 episodes. And stay tuned on that. We just talked with a great Dr. Friend from out in California last night. And I just added to the first show. It's going to drop next Tuesday. So we got some exciting stuff. So do a little cross promotion there if you guys are interested in that. Again, it's generally a mindfulness podcast, but we just kind of try to talk to awesome people that, helping people create their lives instead of live them or something like that, instead of discovering them. Sorry, Jim does it way better than I do, so that's why he's the host. Guys, I want to talk about furry controllers.
Are these controllers that control the furries?
Did you see this?
This is just not a good idea.
Amanda shared this. Amanda shared this over on the Discord, and I love it. I don't eat your Cheetos with this thing. So it's on the official Xbox blog. They are introducing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 custom Xbox controllers. I presume the movie. So you can get those. Also, there is going to be a custom Xbox Series. Oh, that's a Series S, I think, right? So you got your blue Sonic and you got your red Knuckles one. They're furry as hell. I love it. I think this is a sweepstakes, though. I don't think you can buy these. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, I didn't get that deep. I just saw the pictures, just fell in love with the story and threw it in there. But no, this is for a customized Series S console, as I mentioned, textured, and it is going to be by Idris Elba is going to be Knuckles. That is so great. Let's see. There's going to be Sonic the Hedgehog Minecraft DLC in the marketplace as well. Including to check out the Microsoft Store. Fans can enter 2 sweepstakes for a chance to win the exclusive custom Series S for both Sonic Blue and Knuckles Red Xbox wireless controllers by retweeting. So you can't buy it. What are they doing? Let us buy this. Please let us buy this. Don't make me buy some fabric and ask my wife to create a fuzz jacket for my Xbox controller, okay?
Why,
Don't make me do this.
Why?
Don't make me do this. Don't you want to? Sometimes I want to pet my dog, but I'm playing the controller. This way, I got both sensations in one place. Partner, please. I feel like please mark that to clip.
Even the least little bit that your hands sweat, this thing's gonna be like a matte.
Amen.
How much are you sweating while you playing video games?
Well, here's the thing. I'm guessing not much, but I'm thinking this thing is gonna pick it all up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Like imagine putting a sweater on your hands while you're playing a game. I'm trying to search.
Listen, in the winter, it gets cold in my house in the Pittsburgh winter. Like this is going to be welcome. What are you talking about? Half the time I'm taking the controller and putting it under a blanket in my lap to play the game and not have my fingers freeze. Okay? I don't have a good heater in my house. Okay? And gas,
I'm trying to look for the
gas
Minecraft
is expensive.
stuff, and I guess it's not out yet.
No, I think it says April 5th, something like that. Sonic fans can explore some iconic zones on April 5th. Be sure to check out the Minecraft Marketplace, so you don't have until April 5th.
Is how controllers are supposed to look.
Oh, your boring black matte situation over there.
That's right.
I got the bright neon green newer controller that I use here at the office for the cloud stuff. But by the way, I'm on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm on the 3rd chapter, and I'm literally stuck. I don't know if this is another glitch situation like Avengers or something, but I don't know what to do. I go into the thing. I run off a cliff. Gamora does not catch me. I see an X button for a moment, and I die every single time. So help me. Somebody help me. I think I just need to start the level over again and hope for the best. But I'm like halfway through it, but I don't know. What else do we have here? I think you got a couple video game stories. Let's slam through a couple of these too. If I can get back to the document and Oh, you got Chipotle story. Steam Deck gets access to Game Pass. Krause, I saw this headline, and now I'm sad that I canceled my pre-order for Steam Deck.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, the way they're doing it is slick.
Mm-hmm.
They started a beta for the Edge browser.
Okay.
For
the Steam OS.
Yep.
Wow.
And there you go. Now you can get to.
Holy crap! Well, I can't believe Microsoft's playing along with this. This is great.
Well,
I mean,
go ahead, Skrilla.
Their thing is they don't care what you're playing on as long as you're playing.
How am I longing for the sensibility of Microsoft in Apple products? What is this world?
It's
really,
a brave
right?
new world. George.
I mean, right?
Yeah, you're right.
kind of do. So, man, that's fantastic.
So yeah, it's a Linux beta that they released, and now you can get to all of your Game Pass games.
Oh, jeez.
On that device.
Oh, jeez. Although, I was looking at things, and my understanding is this screen is no bigger, if not much bigger, than my iPhone Max. Does that seem accurate to you?
I'm going to go look up the specs now.
It
wouldn't surprise me because, I don't think the Switch screen is much bigger than your Max.
So if I'm going to, and that's turning me off because I'm playing these games on my phone, and I was like, I don't know, I just feel like
7-inch.
7 inches. That's about what the Max is, right? So
yeah.
So I don't feel like I don't know what the advantage would be for playing games on this versus my phone at this point, especially if I'm kind of leaning in the cloud kind of situation.
Dear Microsoft, please, please, please. I never turn this thing on anymore, but if I could get to my Game Pass games on this.
On a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, on the Switch.
Is there any sort of browser on there?
I thought there was some kind of browser on there.
And you can also pontificate the fact that Apple made Microsoft have to go through this browser web app path, opened them up to be able to do this with the Steam Deck, put it on Macs in a browser, things like that. I think it pushed them in that direction, that opened them up to do whatever they want to do, right? They literally put it everywhere. They don't have to worry about apps on everything. So I don't know. I don't know. That's at top of my mind at least, as far as this goes. But anyways, next story. So let's see. There's also, what do we have here? Is this a video game? Is this Ghostbusters? Well, let's stay on Xbox for a minute. Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate. What's going on with that there, Krause? You got all the stories in here.
Thanks. I was trying.
You did all the work this week.
Yeah. This one I thought was a great idea. So if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber and you are not a Paramount Plus subscriber yet, they're going to give you 30 days for free.
Nice. And they've been doing that.
And the whole idea is for the Halo crossover.
Now they've already been doing this and giving you trials for Disney Plus. I think I saw Hulu in there for a bit as well. So I mean, this is not a generally new idea for them. So
no, but I thought it was a great crossover promotion.
No, that's great.
I thought it was a great crossover promotion, but I'm wondering. Because it's a 30-day trial and Halo's going to be on for 7 weeks?
You're probably right.
That's where
you're going to be short. So I'm guessing that you're going to be able to go back and watch the old episodes. So my thought process was to wait 3 weeks in.
I still haven't got my week trial at Showtime so I can watch all of the new Dexter series. So I actually have a reminder I keep punting that I've had in there since the end of December to go sign up for Showtime and watch the 8 episodes. But I'm like, I don't got time to watch the 8 episodes in a week. So.
And I think PlayStation just did it with Apple. I think you're getting 3 months. 3 months free of Apple TV.
Oh, geez, Apple is such a loss leader right now. I'm watching so many Apple shows.
Are you really?
I fell into it. Severance is creepy as hell and amazing. I just watched the first 3 episodes of WeCrashed. I had it noted in here. That's the WeWork docu series. I get is it a docu? Not really. It's not a documentary. It's like a retelling thing. What do you call that? What do you call the reenactment of things like that? Is it? I don't know.
I don't know
Anyways,
some kind of documentary.
Documentary?
I'm guessing it's not a documentary. Like they make mockumentaries.
Based on a true story. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's escaping me right now. Anne Hathaway, Jared Leto. So it was just like, well, it has like some of the best actors. So let's see what this is about. So I think I watched the documentary on it. But it's really good. Although it is kind of funny watching a show done by Apple throwing shade at another tech / startup company. The kind of, I don't know, irony of it maybe, or hubris of it I thought was kind of interesting. Say Severance, the last days of Something Told Me with Samuel L. Jackson. I watched the first episode of that. I want to get through it, but it's a lot. It's a problem. Apple TV shows are deep as hell. You watch them, like they're like, if you want some really kind of like good slick stuff, there's the one with there was the one that was like, was it Mr. Cromley or something like that was like really about mental health issues. It got way too heavy for me and I couldn't finish it, and it got canceled after first season too. But yeah, they like, Apple's been like, and you don't hear about it everywhere, but man, it is. You start digging into that, there's some great stuff there. Morning Show's been a really good drama, I feel. I know there's disagreements, but the Ravens Banquet stuff, was a good comedy. So I mean, they're like quietly just kind of amassing this like really deep. For All Mankind was a fantastic series. Can't wait for season 3 of that. They're going wild with that show. But I love space stuff, so there's that too. I think I was also concurrently watching the stuff about the Apollo mission on was that from the History Channel, maybe that was on Disney Plus, and National Geographic, I think, was pointed out via Disney Plus, and I kept forgetting which was the fake For All Mankind and the real series, because they both kind of hit the same story arc, just with the extra twists of the alternate history. But anyways, other than that, oh geez, Halo starts this Thursday. Shit.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! You find time to watch that. I haven't finished Star Trek Discovery yet. Gotta catch up with Picard too. Oh god, I got so much to watch. But I finished He-Man today.
So much TV. Yes,
I finished He-Man today. I'm good with the cartoon. So the new one, the new ones. That's definitely not for my age bracket. What else we got here, guys? I think there's one more. What's this Ghostbusters video game? You have my attention.
So this is the first I heard about it. It's a 4v1 battle against spooks, specters, and ghosts, and it's in the first person. And you can team up with your friends and basically fight ghosts. If you start playing the video, it actually looked pretty interesting.
It's a co-op ROM from the Friday the 13th and Predator game devs. I have Friday the 13th, so it's like that Dead by Daylight. Is that the one that's the P versus E kind of situation?
Yeah, I think that's what this kind of is. And you can actually play as a ghost, or you can play as a buster. It looks really interesting. I think it really looks cool.
The last fun Ghostbusters game was Sanctum of Slime for me. It was one of those like 4-player isometric kind of games, kind of like a dungeon crawler, I suppose, but with your busting ghosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This looks a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Oh man, you're gonna make me buy a day one game like this again, man. That's right. Oh geez, it's gonna be on every console. Hopefully this is a little cheaper game. I will accept if it's like a $30 game. But it feels like it kind of needs to be quite honest. It is going to be set in the film's canon after the events of Ghostbusters Afterlife. I did see old Winston in there, so that really kind of fits in with that kind of thing. It's funny because I was I don't know if you guys remember Eric Shark. I think I'm saying his last name right. From Something to Be Desired, apparently is in New York City and went out for a jog and went by the the firehouse that has the big
Nice.
Ghostbusters sign on it still. Like they have it like up against it's not like hanging off like in the movie, but still like I imagine they took it over because they plan to use it a bit in the near future. So but man, that's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. This game looks fun. No, I'm up for a P versus E Ghostbusters game. I have a lot of friends that would definitely play it with me. So
Yeah, I agree.
but yes. By the way, still playing WWE2K whenever I have a spare few minutes, and it's still pretty fan. There's so much to do in that game. There's so like it just feels like tons more. It's like, oh, what do? I should do, I don't know, make a creative character and do storyline. I don't know, I'll be Steve Austin and be in Hell in a Cell. Like this is like, hey, go over and do this My Faction thing. Hey, do the My Rise create a wrestler thing. Hey, go just like be a wrestler and we'll just take you through some storylines. Like there's just feels like my GM mode was a thing that we played for 2 hours, just me and Missy, and I don't know last time I played a video game with her, and that's been fantastic for me. We talk about more over on the Wrestling Mayhem show, obviously, but I mean that's just been a surprising game for me. Chilla, we're almost pumpkin time. What else did you want to talk about? Upload? Which one of you brought that up earlier?
I brought it up because I was actually wondering. So Upload is on
Amazon.
Mm-hmm. It's about kind of like the afterlife, and you can upload yourself into this
but they blew up
environment.
Your head. But they blew up your head so you can't come back.
Right.
So even if you weren't actually dying, because somebody, so let's say you chose to be uploaded, they still killed your ass. So if you're weren't in a car accident or had an ailment in the process of dying, so it's a very finalized thing, right?
Yes. And I'll be honest with you, for some weird reason, I had watched season 1 when it came out,
mm-hmm.
and it's the guy that plays Arrow. It's his brother. It's one of the ML brothers.
It's the lesser ML.
Yeah.
I do believe he was Firestorm in Flash though. The first Firestorm.
But I actually, for some weird reason, the show popped into my head a few
mm-hmm.
weeks back,
mm-hmm.
and I actually figured it had been canceled.
Me too. I was surprised when it came back. I think it was just took a while because of COVID, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's what I think happened.
COVID, yeah.
And I looked it up on IMDb, and it was like, oh, the next season drops in 3 weeks. I'm like, this is awesome. And then we were scrolling through because Carla was watching Miss Maisel, and it had dropped. So we started last night. I think we're 2 or 3 episodes into this season.
Yeah.
If you were a fan of the X-Files, the Smoking Man,
yes,
is in it.
It's fun.
It's just a fun. It's a fun show.
Did you get did you get to the part where she starts yelling at the toilet?
That was in episode 1, wasn't it?
I can't remember where along the line.
Yeah, we did get past
the basically the toilet kept tattling on her, and she said, "Shut up, you're a toilet." And I'm just like, this feels familiar to me for some reason. You just yelling at a device like that. So because I think we've all done it at some point, whether it's an A train or a Shlomo or a G lady. No, I love the series. It's fun. The second season they're exploring what are the people the anti-technology people, I guess. And that's going some interesting ways. I mean it's basically you're uploaded, it's in the afterlife, but it's all for the rich people is a problem, right? And then the poor people,
you have to pay for your bandwidth.
You have to pay for your bandwidth, and everything's an upsell that you're experiencing. Was there something you had to pay for nipples at some point or something like that in the first season? Weird things like that.
I think you are right.
And if you're a partial spoiler here for the first season, but if you run out of money, you go to they call it 2 gig, and it's just everybody has super limited
2G. You go to 2G.
You go to 2G, and it's super limited data. And if you run out of data, you just freeze. And somebody was frozen for a month, and the food isn't as good. You see a picture of it, and it's just their food. Everybody else is in that big resort with the pile of food, which is made me think about when we were in Thailand. When I was looking at one of the recent episodes, I was like, wow, this is familiar. And then there's a little hole, and they're in a break room with a microwave. That's how they're doing, and that's how they have to live for quote unquote eternity as they're stuck in here. So, no, it's fun. It's a comedy. I don't know if it sounded like it, but it's a comedy. But it's a little Black Mirror too. So
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. Like I said, I was happy to stumble back upon it. I was worried it got canceled.
it's a Greg Daniels show, who was responsible for The Office. So that probably. And there was another show that's one of his that I really liked lately. That I was like, oh yeah, of course it's him. You know, that he usually does these kinds of shows. Brian says, here's my level bus falling off my Golden Gate tape dispenser. You got one of these too. Controllers should have one stick and one red button as it was in the beginning, says Dave Podner. Yes, but Dave, what if it was fuzzy too? Fuzzy Pong. Now I have your attention. Fuzzy Pong, show title. And Brian says, new season of Picard is great. Yes, no, it's literally a time thing. It's a time thing, and am I ready for an hour Deep Space episode, or I want to watch this show about the Tacoma Fire Department from the guys from Broken Lizard? So Tacoma FD is way better than a show on True TV deserves to be. So I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, Chilla, I think we're at pumpkin time for you. So let's get oh my God, we didn't talk about the Chipotle tortilla robot. MGM's on Amazon, and I had a high tech check-in today. So maybe we'll talk about that next week. So, Crazy Krause, thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime at all.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm into fuzzy buttons. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
The rest of the
anymore.
controller.
Yeah, what about the rest of the controller? That's where the money's at. Chilla. He's tweeting at Chilla on the tweets.
John's chill on the Facebooks.
Yes, and you can ask him about fuzzy things. Yeah, about objects, tech, fuzzy tech.
All the fuzzy
tech. Let's not leave it that. Let's not leave it overly open-ended there. So and of course at Sorgatron for everything going on here. Sorgatron Media, Sorgatron Master Feed to see the sweet stuff we're doing at the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. We'll see you guys next time. No, wrong show. You've been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.